Next, adjusting entry, adjusting journal entry number 6. So at the end of the month, Kristen Reyna, the owner, counts the amount of office supplies on hand. The amount of office supplies on hand is $225. Compare this amount with the amount in the office supplies account to determine how many of the supplies have been used, and then record the office supplies expense. Since this is the first time adjusting this account, you need to add the following account, and you can do it from the Make General Journal Entries window. So here's what's going on. Let's go look at our trial balance. And our trial balance shows that we have office supplies of $400. I also like to go to the chart of accounts. I actually prefer the chart of accounts over the trial balance because the trial balance you could have the wrong date. It's pretty easy to do. So I'm going to find office supplies. Notice we have $400. So I'm just going to double click it to show you what's going on behind the scenes. So it looks like on February 6th we bought some office supplies, $475, and we have a credit memo of $75. You might be wondering, well, why are the office supplies decreasing? By the way, notice this $475 is in the increase column, and the $75 is in the decrease. And just to remind you, I'm going to edit the credit so you can see what's going on. They returned some damaged office supplies. So let's save and close, and that gives them a balance of $400. So at the end of the month, like the instructions say, the boss goes and counts office supplies and finds there's only $225 in this account. But the account says $400. So this is no longer accurate. So we have to lower this account and show that the difference has been used up as office supplies expense. So we need to go to the Make General Journal Entries window, which I believe I have open over here. And this is AJE6. So let's calculate the amount. So we had $400 on hand prior to counting the office supplies. Where did I get that again? That was in the chart of accounts, $400. You could also find it on the trial balance, $400. I might have gone too fast for you, so let me go back to the chart of accounts, and here's the $400. So according to our records, we got $400, but your boss counts and shows that we only have $225, so we have used up the difference. So we need to take 400, subtract 225, and we get $175. So if we had 400 and we have only 225 left, then 175, the difference, is the amount we used. So I'm going to go back to the Make General Journal Entries window, and 175 is the amount that we used. Oops. So also, notice the instructions say we need to add account number 6325, office supplies expense. So let's add that. I could go to the chart of accounts, or I could just add it right here by clicking on Add New. It's an expense. I'm going to click Continue. The number is 6325. Account name is Office Supplies Expense. Click Save and Close. So now, first of all, we have to double check. Is it in the correct spot? Should office supplies expense be debited or credited? Well, we've used up office supplies, so this expense needs to increase, and expense is increased with a debit. And let's switch back to the trial balance. So remember, the office supplies show as a $400 debit on the trial balance. So we need to lower this account by $175. So how do I lower an asset account? I need to credit it. So I'm going to go back to the Make General Journal Entries window, and the credit amount, or the credit account, is office supplies. I'm going to go Save and New, And when I click Save and New, the trial balance should update from $400 of office supplies down to the new balance of $225 because we've used up the difference of $175. So I'm going to click on Save and New. Well, let's go back to the trial balance. And always refresh the trial balance because it's the one report that often does not refresh automatically. So we look at our office supplies, and there we go. It was 220, excuse me, it was 400. Let me show you what it was. So here is the trial balance before adjustments, and you notice that the office supplies were 400, but now that I have updated it with the adjusting journal entry, it now shows the correct amount of 225. So if I scroll down, I should be able to find an office supplies expense right here of $175. Another place to check is the chart of accounts. Scroll back up. Office supplies now shows $225, and the other place where it should be updated is the balance sheet. Office supplies are now at $225. So we've correctly updated our office supplies account.